sitting there getting plowed in the ass by a demon with a big black cock. Oh, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, welcome to the Powwow stream. Yeah, I did go live, just so you guys know. So the first line is probably... well, how you guys doing today?
Not bad.
Could be better, could be worse. I did a little yard work. Trying to get my sleep schedule back on track. I got to take Nana Camel to the eye doctor tomorrow, so up bright and early. And I've literally been awake and talking pretty much since Minions started last night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I noticed you guys were up at, what was it, like after 4 your time this morning? I was like, wow, really?
Quiz and I didn't get off the chat until like 8 o'clock in the morning. Didn't even realize it either. Just sitting there just bullshitting. And then it's like, oh, yeah, it's like 8 in the morning.
Well, it shocked me to
order some
see...
breakfast and go take a nap. It's like, it's 8 in the morning? Shit.
It shocked me to see Quiz still up. It shocked me even more to see Donkey still on there.
Oh, well, like,
I don't know if he was
after
awake,
the stream,
but he was still on the Discord.
Yeah, he dipped out without falling asleep. Yeah, he hopped in after the stream was over, and then he actually, that probably should have been a sign that we should have wrapped it up sooner when he went ahead and tapped out.
I think Donkey likes sleeping on stream. I think he gets some sort of enjoyment out of it.
It's probably just it's just a him thing.
Hey, man, whatever blows your hair back, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, as long as no crickets are getting hurt during the making of the stream, I'm happy.
Very cool.
So, and hey Ryan, hey Fugi, hey Cynic, and hey Sir Adamantine.
You know, might help if I go ahead and shill and whatnot.
And I think just to clarify, when we say Donkey, we don't mean AOC.
God, no. We got better things to talk about.
Yeah. He goes by, what, Eeyore and... What's his other names?
Volrusk.
Yeah, one of the minions, basically.
Yeah. You'll know him. He's the guy who talks pretty much just like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah. The least inflection and like sort of tonal shift in his voice is a very, very monotone.
Hi, guys.
And Cynic, how can we be late, man? We're running on Indian time here.
Let's actually find out. I want to see what it is.
To the Google machine.
Casino, not call center, Terry. There's a difference.
Okay, because it's 3 a.m. in India, so...
It's past 3 p.m. here, so good enough.
So, do we want to? We're going to go back and talk about the FBI lawyer lady, or
I think we owe it to the audience.
Yeah, we could go back with that.
Do you want me to read the thread out for their benefit, or do we just want to talk about the?
I think you should read
highlights.
it out with some context.
1 second. All right. me. Interesting that so-called libertarians focus exclusively on their individual freedom, but never on the cost of the negative externalities of their freedom. And again, this is a former FBI special agent and lawyer. They're putting freedom in the quotation marks. Bad sign already, folks.
Yep.
Whether it's seatbelts, guns, masks, vaccines, or refusal to act in the common interest imposes significant costs. Yesterday, Mother Jones did a great video on the cost of gun violence. We need to do that for every public safety issue, because when these goobers rave about their freedom, they make it more expensive for me and you to live our lives normally. Failure to vaccinate and wear masks and refrain from being in public places until you do increases the likelihood spread of a variant, including to those of us trying to take precautions, which means more lockdowns, school closures, more healthcare costs, etc. So, don't want a vaccine passport? Fine. How about a tax for those who refuse to get vaccinated? proportional to the additional costs and burdens they impose on society as a result of needing to have the freedom to spread their potentially COVID variant infected aerosol everywhere. Again, this is a person who is a special agent in the goddamn FBI, went to law school, 7 years of college, passed the bar exam, and still doesn't understand the fucking Constitution.
So what you're saying is she must be really good at giving blowjobs.
There you go.
Well, she looks like she's seen one up close.
I mean,
she's got the hair for it.
It just comes down to, look, if you just used your freedom the way I wanted you to do it, none of this would have been necessary.
Who summoned Shady Grin? Because
that'd be me.
okay,
That's right. Don't look at me. I barely remember to tweet this thing out.
Hey, Kashol, and hey, Shady, and hey, Jack Gunsky. Well, I just, like, people were talking about someone giving blowjobs, and all of a sudden Shady Green pops up with who summoned me, and I'm like, well,
I mean, are you offering?
she was a former CNN or a former FBI agent.
Oh, yes, that's right. She's also a CNN analyst.
She's a CNN analyst. Yeah, that's right.
Just a trifecta of dumbass.
Literally, Shady. You literally did.
No, like I've been seeing a lot of vaccine passport talk, chatter on the Twitters, and I don't even have a passport. I don't feel like getting a fucking vaccine one.
Right.
You know. And it's like, oh well, if you got kids, you gotta show their vaccinations to get them in school. It's like, yeah, and the government will come and take your kids if you don't send them to school. Like, you're kind of, rocking a hard place there. Are you saying that you want the government to come scoop me out of my home and put me in a COVID camp or something? Because, I mean, weren't they letting people out of jail for COVID not too long ago? I'm getting some serious messages here, man.
Give or take.
I saw a video of a Holocaust survivor saying that what's going on now is actually worse than what she went through, because at least back then they didn't pretend they were doing it for the Jews' benefit.
Fair enough.
It's bad enough I have to get a real ID that has a passport attached to it. But I still have another year before I have to get one.
I think my passport expired last year, and I just never bothered renewing it.
Well, here's the thing, Jack. I've seen people, proposing that as well. Like, well, what if we tied the vaccine passport to voter ID? Maybe the Republicans. It's like, I'm not a Republican, and didn't you guys just get done saying that voter ID was racist? So doesn't that by default make the vaccine passport thing racist? Like,
no, it's because
you're gonna tell me minorities have trouble enough getting an ID to go vote. Now you want them to have an ID to get vaccinated?
I think the way it works is black people are so stupid they can't find the DMV unless it's to get a vaccine passport.
Or buy menthols, in my experience. But I mean, hey. Every black person I ever had to card when I was working at a convenience store, were selling booze. They had one. They knew how to get to the DMV.
No, I think you must be wrong. The left is very sure that black people are too stupid to get IDs, and that's why ID laws are racist.
Sure, okay. I mean, at this point, I've heard that argument so much. Like, I know there's no point in trying to argue with it, because people are, racists are going to be racist.
Yeah.
And I love the people. Did you hear that dog whistle? No, I'm not a bitch like you.
And Jack Gonski is saying, I see no reason that Dems would support a vaccine ID and not a voter ID other than convenience. convenience. Convenience is all they need. They don't care about being consistent.
Well, I mean, like it was a theme, over the past day or two that I've seen on Twitter with this whole vaccine passport talk. And let's see, George Takei was another one. A reminder that vaccine passports are not a new thing. Oh my. Sorry, I feel obligated to say that whenever I'm quoting George Takei.
Seems appropriate.
Many countries require proof against other deadly diseases. Oh, and your right to not get vaccinated ends when you put others at risk. So if you want to be a stubborn, ignorant jackass, do so from the safety of your own home. Now, I'm just curious how George feels about all those unvaccinated migrants at the border. Can we send them back to their home for the safety of the collective? Because that's the vibe I'm getting off of him. What about you guys? You think George would be cool with that?
I think it would be very hypocritical of him not to be.
I mean, it would also have the benefit of saving them from being put in internment camps like he was when he was a kid. Someone's rocking out.
That is my wake up for Muay Thai alarm.
I might be able to do a better George than that, Ryan, but I've pretty much been talking since about 9 o'clock last night, so my voice is starting to get a little fried. I'm getting the coughs already.
Hey, Mr. Scott.
Not in my experience, Jack. I wonder if there's any level of hypocrisy to which they won't sink.
I think they kind of wear it as a badge of honor. You'll never believe which two contradictory positions I held today.
I mean, it's like they're international limbo champs, man. How low can we go? Just you fucking watch.
Yeah. It's like a fucking competition. Just when you think you've reached the bottom of the barrel of hypocrisy, bam, a new lower level.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nonstop talking and chain smoking probably doesn't help with the vocal cords. So I'm not even going to attempt to try and do any spot on impressions today. Although by the end of this, my Jesse Ventura might improve. Well, that's a callback to Minions last night. Or maybe that was just the after. I don't know, man. It's all blending together.
No, you guys did, because that was the Predator. Or, Predator 2.
Oh, that's right. When I did like the 6 degrees of separation between like we circled it all back around with Adrian Brody and Predators.
And St. Figgy says only James Cameron can save us now. I think you've got the wrong Cameron. I think Kirk Cameron is going to save us with his good friend Ray Comfort.
And his masturbating bananas.
I would rather rape Jonah Hill with a big black cock.
You just want that big black cock, don't you?
Can neither confirm nor deny, sir.
I actually like Ray Comfort because he's so retarded, it's hilarious. Like, him saying that the banana is proof God exists is just like...
Oh, God, I remember that.
How can anyone believe that?
Yeah, I remember that line. Why'd you have to remind me of that?
Because it's funny. What else did he say? Oh, him and Kirk came up with the crocoduck, which is another classic.
Well, not to derail this Kirk Cameron love fest, but one more from the vaccine people. And you know what? I really wasn't, one way or the other with the vaccine. I'm late at
and
so I was.
You're roboting.
Ah, motherfucker.
No, that's just his voice after talking for 10 hours.
How about now?
Sounds good.
Well, I've been up in the air about whether or not to take a vaccine. I'm in my 30s. I'm not in any particularly at risk group.
Yeah,
You know, so I figure I can hold off for a while, but the more I hear these people talk, the less I want to get one. And I'm pretty sure I live off of nicotine and spite at this point. And yeah, fuck these people.
Well,
I'm not going to get one. I'm not scared of COVID. If I get it, I get it.
I fall back to the Lewis Black line. The good die young, pricks live forever.
I'm going to be here a while then.
Yes. You know, I find it funny how even if you do get the vaccine, it's not going to matter to people because fucking, what was that clip I seen? I think it was like Ted Cruz doing going up to a podium with his mask off, and someone off to the side was like, "Can you please put a mask on?" He's like, "Yeah, when I'm standing here not talking, I'll wear my mask, but when I'm going to come up here and address people, I'm going to take my mask off." Yeah. We're all vaccinated. Me and my whole crew here, we're all vaccinated, so it's fine. He's like, and then the guy off to the side is like, "Well, we would feel safer." Well, so it doesn't matter if they're vaccinated or not. What the fuck's the point of the vaccination?
Yeah, I think he even said, "Look, well, you're welcome to stand away from me if you want."
Yeah.
That's the tact I've been taking with non-smokers for the better part of 2 decades now.
Exactly.
Like, oh, you don't like me standing outside smoking? Then walk the fuck over there. I'm standing outside like a fucking hooker on a street corner. Leave me alone.
I think if you're out in the open, then smoke all you want.
My
if
favorite
you're smoking inside, then that's a bit much.
Yeah. My favorite is when they approach you, get all up in your face, and then ask you not to smoke in their face. It's like, well, make it easy for me, why don't you?
Oh,
yeah, that's retarded.
If somebody does that, I just look them right in the eye, and I just visualize just putting out my cigarette cornea.
I don't visualize it. I fucking lean into it slowly and make them realize I'm gonna if they don't stop.
Oh, well, I mean, the great thing with like COVID and everything now is like I can just go like straight Fight Club on people. Just start coughing in their direction. Like, you don't know where I've been, Lou. You don't know where I've been. I just got back from Beijing, motherfucker. Let's go.
My dad was telling me that some lady walked up to my mom back when they were married, when they were out, and then coughing in her face because she was smoking.
Oh, it's a great way to get punched in the throat if you're around me and do that shit.
And she, like, my mom just kind of, like, pushed her off. And my dad just goes, I would have blown smoke in her face. Like, in front of the lady and her husband.
I mean, it's a Bill Hicks bit, for fuck's sake. Like, wow, I've been smoking, for years and I don't cough like that. Like, what kind of weak sperm were you conceived with? I'm smoking, you're coughing. What the fuck?
Random, you walked in at better times than some other people have, so that's an interesting conversation indeed.
Yeah, you could have been here from the beginning and heard how it started that
way. Even I don't want to know how it started, and I was here for it.
But yeah, man, here's another one. Again, these are all within like the last 12 hours that I've come across this. Like, apparently this is a topic of discussion that's just heating the fuck up. And this one guy, you know what? Government is about protecting public health. Why should I have to be around people who could be infected and screwing up herd immunity? People not seeing away from people. They're the ones costing society. Couldn't we have said this about old and sick people like, I don't know, a year ago? Lock those motherfuckers up. They're the ones costing the rest of us. Let the rest of us go on about our lives. They're at risk. So, I mean, 12 months ago, we said, fuck those old and sick people. Get away from us. Let us do our thing. Now it's like, oh, no. You people who don't want to take the vaccine, we need to lock you up so you don't risk our safety, our way of life.
That's just a bit much.
And again, it's like, if I want to know, like, what civics class did this person take that made them think that the government's job is protecting public health? I'm sitting here, chain smoking menthol cigarettes, chugging fucking energy drinks. They're probably gonna make my heart explode. just pumping full of caffeine, sugar, and all kinds of other shit.
They are addictive.
Eating takeout food. I mean,
Sounds like you're living the life.
if I wasn't so thin and pretty, you'd think I was a slob.
All right, so someone came up with a good thing to do for your vaccine passport, and I will share this. If someone asks you for your passport, you just show them this.
What?
Hold on.
I thought it was going to be the Ron Swanson thing where he's just like, here's my permit, and it's just like I can do what I want.
I was hoping it was going to be the white privilege card that the Hodge twins came out with.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Bitch, please, you see this? I can do whatever I want.
I think they've been dead for 25 years, isn't it, Terry? That's pretty wild. What was that, 93, 94?
94.
Yeah, okay, that's right, because we were talking about Brandon Lee last night. That was 93.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, it was weird. Like I said, I haven't been on Twitter in a while, so it was weird, like seeing like the 4 trainings.
Did you see? I think it was Sinatra was doing a poll on everyone's like, if you could bring one comedian back, who would it be? I think Patrice O'Neill was like pretty dominant in the polls.
Well, I imagine that would be a pretty popular choice with his fan base. What's up, Pat? And I did have a little bit of buffering on the stream a little bit ago, Foogie. You might have to refresh. I don't know.
Hey, Pat.
I'm not that kind of Indian, man. You don't look to me for tech support.
There is nothing I can do for you here.
We're not dots, we're feathers.
Like I said, casino, not call center. Hey, Bonsaka, what's up, man?
Hey, Monsaco.
But yeah, the government's job is protecting public health. I want to meet this person and just grab them by the shoulders and shake them for an indeterminate period of time.
It's a shame you didn't get them as a baby. They die quicker from the shaking.
Yeah, but at least with a person who's old enough to tweet, there's gonna be like a recognition and fear in their eyes when you do it.
That's true.
Okay, maybe
Stop more problems from being created.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Speaking of YouTube, did you see that they're gonna try and get rid of the dislike count?
I would bring this up if someone didn't, but yeah. Fucking retarded.
Sean DW is getting buffering as well, so yeah, I think there probably is an issue.
Yes, but not well, Ryan. To answer your question.
let's see.
But yeah, hiding the dislikes is, I think because the rewind got the most dislikes out of any video, like ever, and so like, we don't want people seeing that. Let's just change it.
Well, it just proves that YouTube doesn't know how to YouTube.
They really don't.
That's
No, they
not our
don't.
fault. And you know what? I want the star rating system back. I want old school YouTube. I want 5 stars.
I think the problem with that is most people only gave either 1 star or 5 stars, and it effectively became a upvote or a downvote. Like, not a lot of people use the middle 3. It's either I love this or I hate this.
Well, I don't see why I should get docked for somebody else's laziness. I think Johnny and I have proved over the course of the past 3-4 years now that we're fairly discerning reviewers.
Yeah.
We always end up watching shit, but we take our time and review it properly. We give it a rating.
And Pat was saying the same thing, and still mad about YouTube Rewind from a few years ago.
Was 2018 the one that had?
I think so. Yeah.
I know
I think that's the one that got all the dislikes.
that was the one with Gabby Hanna's. Let's read the comments.
Who?
Yeah.
Exactly. So, she's a plagiarist.
Yeah, of course.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
I'd be cool with getting the star system back. It would be cool with getting the star system back. It would be even if people did mostly stick to the extremes, it'd give you a sense of the ratio a bit better than just looking at the numbers of likes and dislikes.
I mean, look at like when we do like when we go through the reviews on like Rotten Tomatoes or Amazon, you know, when they have those user reviews. Some of the funniest reviews I've read have been like the 2 to 2.5 star range. You know, somebody who's not just completely hating on it, but you know.
Actually, I just figured out what it is. It just clicked. See, if it's a rating system between 1 and 5, you have to put thought into that. Like you have to think, what number of stars will I give this video? If it's up or down, you just, I liked it, click like. So I think it was an attempt to boost engagement, to get more people rating videos. Because if you've got to stop and think, how many stars do I give this, then most people don't bother. I think that's what it is.
Well, theoretically, you're supposed to stop and think before you type something out, too. But have you read the comments of any videos lately?
Well, typing...
Those aren't exactly like dissertation level critiques and whatnot coming in.
No, but typing a comment can just be stream of consciousness. You don't need to put that much thought into what you're typing.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to put that much thought into whether or not you're going to give the thumbs up or thumbs down like a Roman Colosseum spectator either.
That's the point, though. You can just go, yeah, I liked it, no, I didn't, as opposed to, well, was it 2 stars, 3 stars? I think giving people fewer options means they're more likely to pick one of the 2 available.
Are you talking about her going to the White House and whatnot, Pat? Because I did see that, and P-Dog Knight, he's got a great thread breaking down the whole women's soccer nonsense. I went through and I liked every one of those tweets in that thing, man. It was a solid breakdown. But yeah, I think I speak for most people, and I'm willing to go out on this limb, guys. Okay, I think I speak for most people in the U.S. when I say nobody gives a fuck about soccer, men's, women, or otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
So I could really care less what somebody who is paid professionally to play a kid's game thinks on any subject.
That's fair.
You know, now, if I want to learn about soccer, if I want to learn how to kick a ball, I'll listen to what that bitch has to say. But, you know, I mean, we've been hearing about the women's soccer. How long has that been going on now? That's been years, right? At this point, it's been, what, a year, 2 years that they've been complaining, at least, about their pay?
It's been a while, yeah.
At this point, just tell them, like, look, you want to be paid as well as or better than the men, play the men. Otherwise, shut up.
Well, even beyond that, they signed a contract saying in exchange for more security, like a higher base rate, they don't get as much bonus when they win. They agreed to those terms, and then they said, yeah, but if we hadn't agreed to those terms, we would have gotten more money.
Well, they also get a higher percentage of the revenue generated than the men as well. I think the men only get like 7% of the revenues, whereas the women get like 13%, according to P-Dog. You know, so they're getting nearly double the percentage. Problem is they're not bringing in as much money because nobody gives a fuck about women's soccer. Now, the only person that there's only like 2 chicks that I can name aside from that Rapinoe bitch that have played women's soccer. That's Mia Hamm, and the other one's Hope Solo. I remember Mia Hamm because she took her shirt off in the 90s, and Hope Solo's nudes leaked, and apparently she's got a history of beating on people. So, hot and crazy. I mean, but yeah. Other than that, I mean, I couldn't tell you what position they played. I just know they kicked the ball for money. And occasionally some of them look good naked.
I couldn't name very many male soccer players, much less one. Like Maradona. I know there was a guy named Maradona.
I know there's a guy named Messi. That's about it.
Yeah.
What was it?
The Pele?
Ronaldo? Like a bunch of these motherfuckers got like just like them share names where it's just like one fucking name. So yeah, I mean, I don't trust anybody that has like only one name or if I don't trust somebody if they have too few names or too many names. You know. Like either you got a first name and a last name, or you're fucking weird.
Mr. Scott mentions David Beckham. I've heard of David Beckham. I will give you that one.
I have heard of what Mr. Spice Girl or Mr. Posh. Yeah,
that's him.
I've heard of him, but that's just because he's a pop star's husband. I could care less about his soccer career. So. But yeah, Pat remembers Hope Solo because of those asshole pics. Yeah, I don't care who you are. I don't think anybody wants to see a picture just like up close of your asshole. Don't care who you are. Yeah, it's also pretty funny. Like we heard a female soccer player speak to the press from the White House press room before we heard the president.
Yeah.
Did any of you guys watch his press conference? I went ahead and skipped it.
I did not.
I mean, you've seen one politician lie to you. You've seen them all.
Pretty much.
I think the only upside of watching a Biden press conference is trying to see when he forgets his lies. like with that one statement he gave the other day. Was that from the press conference that I've seen that clip going around where he just like in the middle of it just like whatever. That's like the only clip I've seen that is from that press conference.
The only thing I know about Biden is apparently Bowser these days.
Cynic says
awesome.
Cynic says Tumblr artists are having a big hissy fit about PayPal accepting crypto. If you try to pay me in crypto, I will delete the commission and block you, etc., etc. Why? I mean, you can spend it, right? You can cash that shit in for real money, can't you?
Yes, you can.
I mean, like, depends. I think I should be fine with it.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's weird. Like you can say I don't want to accept cryptocurrency. That's your prerogative. But block the people just for suggesting it. That's
Biden knows the wage gap argument is bullshit. Why are they entertaining it still? Well, maybe he forgot and he thinks it's 2012 again, Pat. I don't know. Because they were hawking that shit when Obama was president too, and they knew it was bullshit then. We've known it was bullshit. We've known it's bullshit for a good long while.
Yeah.
But every so often, they trot it back out and they beat that drum all over again.
Same with the pink tax. Pink tax is one that just never dies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, bitching that's bad for the environment because server farms. And how many of them are tweeting that from like an iPhone?
0. No
Oh,
one.
yeah. I'm sure they're still using their BlackBerry. No, I actually saw a tweet from a BlackBerry over the weekend. I was like, what the
Oh,
fuck?
no.
Like, wow, dude.
Okay, I'm looking up how to prevent drop frames. I've been dropping frames.
Just stick your tape to your ear.
Let's see.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Mr. Scott, but okay. I don't mind being out of the loop on that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think of is like Pelosi.
No, Crypto, not Crypt Keeper.
Mm-hmm. No, crypto. Like
Oh.
she's the hoe that lives in the crypt.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to run with it for now.
And yeah, a lot of people have destroyed the gender wage gap and the pink tax. Children are one of them.
I mean, am I the only person who thinks Tildeer sounds like he's being perpetually roofied?
I don't know. I don't mind him. I don't watch him anymore. Don't even know if he still makes content, but
He
back in the day.
makes the occasional video.
I saw something like his name popped up on YouTube for me like a couple months ago, and I listened. I was like, okay, maybe I'm just misremembering, but that does not sound like the dude I remember as Tildeer. that sounds like a totally different voice.
Well, that's the joy of an avatar. Anyone can take over, and
So what it's like Tildeer 2?
yeah, could be.
Doing a little Gallagher shuffle on us. Someone said there's an option on YouTube to disable going backward in the stream, and that will improve performance while streaming.
Yep. To disable going backwards.
I guess like like when if you click on the link and it's already started, you can just pull it back to the beginning. Just watch.
Yeah, but sort of. I would have thought that'd help because what Hammer has suggested is if you're having buffering issues, go back about 30 seconds so that you'll be 30 seconds behind the conversation, but it'll have time to buffer the next 30 seconds before you get there. So I would have thought being able to go backwards helps.
Unless we're talking about pies, Mr. Scott. No, I have not. He asked if I've seen the new Blackberries.
There was a comedy sketch from, I think it was the one Ronnie, because Barker had already died. It's set in a fruit shop, and they're making all the jokes about blackberries and apples and a frozen blackberry, sort of like because it's been in the freezer. It was pretty funny. I just can't remember the jokes in it anymore.
I've never had a BlackBerry. I don't think I've known anybody who carried a BlackBerry when they were popular. And yeah, I'm pretty basic with like having like a cell phone. Yeah, it's a smartphone. I can watch videos and YouTube and stuff, but that's pretty much all I use it for. Hey, Tal.
Hey, Talek.
I get the occasional phone call, which is usually like some kind of scammer or something like that, telemarketer. Like it's good point. I don't even have bill collectors call me anymore. It's just like people wanting to renew my warranty on a truck that's nearly 30 years old, or some dude with a Bangladeshi accent trying to tell me he's from Social Security and he needs my Social Security number to keep my number from getting canceled or whatever. It's like, I don't think that's how it works, dude. You know? Pretty sure that's not how it works.
That link gave me nothing.
Oh, there was one other thing I saw on Twitter that got me hopping mad there for a good minute or two. Is a tweet from the Dog Crusader. It's showing still frames from a Chinese barber, pardon me, who tortured his own pet to death and videotaped it.
Oh, nice.
He used metal pliers to pull the pup's teeth out one by one because he said the pup bites. He was only about 3 months old. He fractured the dog's skull, broke his tail, and threw him on the pavement to bleed to death.
Sounds like a really nice guy.
Yeah, and my only response was, how do you contact John Wick, and how much does he charge for his services? Because I'm sorry, I'm tired of hearing about cultural differences and shit. You don't do that to an animal. No.
Nope. Hey, Wesley.
Oh, hey, Wesley, what's going on?
Hey, 3-4 Yoda.
Yeah. I'm tired of hearing about, oh, well, different cultures. No, he's an asshole, and he deserves to get, a mud hole stomped in him.
Well, I think the simple solution is everything he did to the dog gets done to him.
I mean,
starting with the teeth.
Yeah. I mean, that was what that's what I felt about that dude, that black cowboy in Chicago who ran his horse until the hooves bled.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just make him run that stretch of highway back and forth until his feet bleed, and then make him run some more. Yeah, this guy, pull each one of his teeth one by one with those same pliers, crack his skull, bust his tailbone, and then just hurl him against the pavement.
And 3-4 Yoda is right. The dog doesn't bite anymore.
Yeah, but to quote Stephen Lynch, dead puppies aren't much fun.
And yeah, we don't even do that to cows, and we eat them. Yeah, well, if you do that to the cow, it might ruin the meat. So you got to take better care of that stuff.
In my book, you don't fuck with the elderly. You don't fuck with kids. You don't fuck with animals. Very simple.
And there's a lot of people who apparently don't like this guy in chat. So nice to see that chat is actually, reasonable.
Yeah, we keep good company around here. And a 3-month-old puppy that bites, teach it not to bite, you fucking asshole.
It was only 3 months?
Yeah, according to the tweet that I saw. And it's a little tiny puppy in the pictures. Was it a Shiba Inu?
Oh, that's even more heartbreaking.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a cute little Doge. And I'm sitting here talking as a guy who actually walks the walk. I've got a house full of fucking animals.
I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of animals in general, but don't torture them. I mean, just I don't like them. I don't have a pet.
Is that story done? About the dude torturing the dog? Probably. It's China. I mean, I'm surprised he didn't eat it afterwards.
Maybe he did. They just didn't report on it.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, it's China. That could go without saying, I guess. But just fuck that dude.
Yeah. Are people really putting it down to cultural differences? Because
I don't know. I don't know. but I would not be surprised to hear somebody make that argument.
I know it's been used before.
Well, someone used it to defend the genocide of the Biden, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was
There's cultural differences that they're genociding the Uyghurs. It's like, so if they're willing to excuse genocide, I suppose torturing a dog isn't a stretch for them.
And then, you guys see the Asian hate crime in New York?
Yeah, I just watched the video on that.
What was that?
Oh, a black white supremacist Sparta kicked an old Asian lady walking down the street in New York on her way to church, and then proceeded to like just stalker kick her a few times and you know kick her in the face a couple times again for good measure before walking over her. And yeah, a security guard and a delivery guy inside the door of whatever building the video footage was taken from just watched it happen. Security guard even closes the door behind him. Just walks off.
Yeah, no one did shit.
Yeah, amazing how the one act of Asian hate that really got a lot of press was a white guy shooting Asians and other races. Like we don't care that you said you're a sex addict and you couldn't control yourself, and so you had to just kill him to get rid of the urge. Like, you're a racist. I can't ever imagine being that goddamn horny that I would have to go on a killing spree.
I mean, are his hands broken? I mean, this seems like a fairly...
Obviously not. He was able to shoot a gun multiple times.
This seems like a fairly immediate solution to horniness that doesn't require murder.
Oh, apparently he was going to massage parlors to get some happy endings, so maybe he was out of cash.
Hey,
yeah,
Custom.
but if his hands still worked, he can make himself not horny. Quite easily.
I mean, I have to imagine he had to be getting something more than a rub and tug, because I can't understand why anybody would pay for a hand job. You literally, I mean, unless you don't have hands, I can't see why you would pay for somebody else to do that.
Unless he was one of those guys that, thinks the stripper likes you. I paid her $15 and she touched my ting thing.
Well, I've actually had strippers like me, so I could not relate with just thinking that. So
Hey, Becca.
I think the strippers do like you as long as you continue giving them money. Once the money goes away, so does the liking. So
Yeah.
See, my experience is exactly opposite. I've had strippers like me, and I haven't given them a dime. But then again, I'm a nice person, so I'm quite likable.
it's a tactical error. Don't be nice.
No, just don't give them money. That's why they're there. No, I had the benefit of being with like a couple of college buddies, and one of them was just, he was an easy mark, and so it was just I was just there people watching, and not just necessarily the naked people either. I mean, you see some serious pockets of humanity under those black lights,
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever known a stripper, so I think it's safe to say none of them have ever liked me, because I'm pretty sure I've never met any.
Oh, the best one was I got a lap dance from a girl I went to high school with. She didn't even recognize me. I was like, this is weird.
No, me and my friends went to a strip club, and amidst one of the dancers, she was wearing a mask, and then just stopped dancing, pointed at us, and started laughing.
Oh God!
Wait, so she was? Is this recently? She was wearing a mask?
No, like a Mardi Gras type mask.
Oh, okay.
It was part of a thing she was doing. And
I hate the fact that I gotta sit here and ask this kind of question.
This is going on 15 or so years ago.
I was thinking, it's like, wow, man, if this was not, recently, that chick was really ahead of the curve. Oh,
Turns out
Pat wants you to check your DMs, Johnny.
She knew who I was, so.
Oh. No, I thought it was hilarious. Like, I had at the time, I had a roommate who he had a girlfriend who looked a lot like this chick. So after going to the club, I went and talked to her. I was like, "Hey, man, your girlfriend. Where does she work?" And he told me, he's like, "Why you ask?" I was like, "No reason, man. Is that the only place she works?" He's like, "You went to the strip club, didn't you?" I was like, "Yeah, how you know?" He's like, "Cause so and so asked me the same question like 2 weeks ago."
I don't know. I've never been to a strip club. I can't see that being something I would spend money on.
I mean, you guys also have legal whorehouses down there too, though, so.
Well, I've never used those either. I mean,
well, no, but I'm saying you guys have more options if you were so inclined.
it just seems like a waste of money. Like,
no,
I don't know.
I'll tell you one thing. It's when you're younger, it's like, yeah, I could do this, and I can, if you're, it's the one time. It was Carlos Mencia said,
it's the one time the chicks are interested in you.
And you can just look at them and go, nah.
Nope. Yeah. That was that was the first time I realized, like, oh, chicks don't like being told no.
They really don't.
Like and like these chicks are morally flexible enough that they're willing to try and get you to say yes.
And Random is saying he doesn't want to pay to be frustrated. I guess from you can look but you can't touch.
Well, I mean, if you're paying like for lap dances, you're just paying for someone to grind on you and give you blue balls.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's what he's saying.
Although, like, there are some top, there's some world class perverts. They'll go in there with like just sweatpants on.
Oh yeah.
I think that's another reason why like the dancers like me is like, you came to the strip club wearing jeans. Is like, yeah, I don't plan on staying here all night.
There are black lights. I don't want to. I don't want to look like I'm leaving a crime scene.
Yeah, I'm fine with internet porn. I don't pay large sums of money to have a live performance of a lady undressing.
Now, I will admit, there's some of them I've seen. Like, it's like you watch them, up on stage. It's like, how is this shit not in the Olympics, man? I mean, you've got the uneven bars in gymnastics. Get the vertical bar, man. I saw a chick one time. I've probably told this story before, but I saw a chick one time. She climbed up the pole about 3 quarters away, and she did what apparently strippers call the Superman, where she literally held herself parallel to the stage 3 quarters of the way up the stripper pole with nothing but one arm and a.
Oh God.
Yeah. I'm a full-grown man. I don't have that kind of upper body strength. And then, after she gets herself back, down from that, she flips herself upside down, climbs the last quarter of the pole up to the ceiling, and starts shaking her ass on the ceiling. That bitch I did tip because she earned it.
Yeah.
Right, I was like, you put some effort into this. Here's a single,
Here's the thing Pat sent me. Let's see if it'll.
And another thing is, strippers are just like any other woman. If you make them laugh, they laugh more.
What the fuck?
Is this supposed to have sound?
Well, get your big ass out of my house.
It's supposed to.
Chocolate whole gas? What
it doesn't.
Fuck?
Well, I guess not for us. Maybe they do for the stream. Because I've got it
What are you
muted.
so goddamn big for? What the fuck did they feed you in school?
Oh, yeah, it does.
But I know you told your mama wide open on arrival, didn't you? Oh, tree trunk leg ass. The fuck? Ain't no damn reason for you to be that fucking big. Back up. I have no sense of self-preservation. I'll hurt you with the bat. It might not do much since it's approximately the size of your index finger, but I'll do it.
Did she think he came out fully grown?
Get the fuck out my house, big ass. Whose horse is this? Who? Someone come get your moose.
Okay, so the chat can hear it. Becca is confirming. So I have no idea what was going on, but
it was essentially, it's a big guy, and
big black dude and a black woman roasting him for being gigantic.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't think that's how it works, dear. I see now. I did. Foogie says I've seen a clip of a stripper climbing up to the ceiling and falling down on her face and continuing the dance. Now, see, I've seen something similar to that. She did not get anywhere near to the top of the pole. She tried to do that thing where she climbed up part of the way and crossed her ankles and tried to slide back down, spinning around the pole. And she got to about, I don't know, her head was about 2.5 feet from the floor of the stage, and she just dropped. Her legs gave out, fell right on the top of her head, bounced back up embarrassed, went ahead, finished the dance. I tipped her too because she played through the pain.
Yeah. I mean,
that's some professionalism there. Have a single. But yeah, like I said before we started watching the videos, strippers are like any other woman. If you make them, I like you more. I had one chick. She came up to me while my college buddy was throwing his week's pay at a girl that looked sideways at him. She's like, "You gonna make it like your friend?" I'm like, nah. I mean, if you're lucky, I'm gonna make it sprinkle. She goes, "Oh yeah, how you gonna do that?" I was like, "Throw dimes at you, some nickels maybe."
But if you would like to know how to make strippers like you, Super Seducer 3 is available.
Remember the one female that set her crotch? No.
Yeah, Camel's roboting pretty bad.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Domo.
I think blame Johnny for the roboting and buffering. I think it's his fault.
Sure, blame the cat.
Yep.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I mean, you sound fine to me, but apparently the chat is the one who hears the roboting. And I think it's not so much that you're a cat, Johnny, it's you're a black cat, and probably a criminal.
I cannot confirm or deny my criminal history.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, was there anything else? It was fun trying to dance around last night on Minions with Adam, trying to explain the Scooby Saga.
Oh God, that'd be a challenge.
Yeah.
Because Six jumped on there for a little bit to hang out and talk and chill the Chaos 120 reunion stream tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like Adam hadn't heard any of the lore.
Oh God!
It's like, dude, just go back and watch AP's videos. It's like that tell you something right there. Plenty of stuff.
Oh God, Scooby, what a freak that guy was.
Well, see, he was the first lolcow I really paid any attention to with AP's videos on him, and I think I got spoiled right out of the gate because the two he's come up with since they just don't me the same way.
I still think Coach Red Pill versus Polly is one of my favorite.
Oh yeah, that was That was a great live and in color because yeah, I was sitting there listening to that stream as it happened, just sitting at work, and thankfully I was working a night job, so like nobody was coming in at that time, and I could just sit there and listen
Yeah,
because that was golden. Like Polly gave him every out too before he just tore into him.
yeah. He's saying, "Look, I don't want to get into this. And, like, you know, it's not my place. You've got an audience. Some people like your stuff." He's like, "No, no, 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 no. You don't like my stuff. Let's hear it. Let's hear it." I'm like, all right.
You asked for it, and he came loaded to bear too.
Yeah. And Far's animated version is even better.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I must have missed this.
Oh God, this was a Monkey in the Morning. What was it? 2 years ago?
Give me a
Oh, at
minute.
least.
I'll track it down.
It was still when I was working a job where I was asking myself nightly, is this the night I get stabbed? So it's been a while.
But yeah.
Was that when we were trying to keep each other awake by messaging each other in the middle of the night?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, Coach Redfield was on Monkey in the Morning, and
I don't even know why he showed up for that either. Like he just appeared in chat.
I forget what Monkey was talking about, but it was something that Coach felt he had an opinion worth sharing.
Was it Tonka and Andy? Was it the Knoxville
might have
thing?
been.
That's right, because I think that was it the night the fight was supposed to be, or like shortly thereafter. That's how long ago this was, guys.
So Coach had a perspective he wanted to share, and Monkey's like, "Sure, I'll send you the link." And then while that was happening, Polly made it clear that, look, I'm not really a fan of your content. And then Coach goaded him into like, "Well, what's your problem? You know, I'm a big boy. You can tell me. I can take it." And then so Polly just laid into him.
All right, I linked both Fire's animation and the full stream in the side chat there, Johnny.
Gotcha.
But oh yeah, Coach. Yeah, he hopped on to give his perspective because he actually went down to Knoxville for that, and proceeded to hit on Eve.
Oh yeah, that's very
right.
at MythCon.
No, not MythCon, Knoxville.
Oh, Knoxville, right. Yeah, he has said that Coach Redfield was hitting on her. Good luck with that. I don't think Eve is interested.
Yeah, pretty sure there was no chance in hell.
That is that guy still around? I haven't seen or heard of Coach Redpill. I don't think at least since then.
I heard reference of him recently in one of Alex's chats streams, but not very much, and I don't remember why. So this exists on some level, but
this is the first time I've even thought about that dude since Far made that animation.
Let's have a look. I'm going to put Coach Redfield into Google.
Well, I was reminded of the Polyverse Coach Redfield thing watching Monkey have Ufio on.
Okay.
No,
so
I think that was more one-sided than the Coach Poly.
Coach Redfield's last video was 6 days ago.
Okay.
But the one before that was 2 months ago. So it looks like it's a big break.
He's slacking.
Yeah. Like there's a whole bunch of videos from 2 months ago, but the most recent one is 6 days ago. So for whatever reason, he took a couple months off.
Yeah, I think the only content of his that I've actually watched was he did like a stream with Medicare one time, and I was there for Medicare, not him.
I don't know. I don't really like Medicare much.
Dude has his moments for me, like when he did the stream with Destiny, because Destiny thought he was a Trump supporter.
Oh, okay.
like one of the first questions, like, so why do you support Trump? Huh? Why do you like Trump? He's like, I don't know, man. I just I like a president with a big huge cock. I was like, oh, this is gonna be good right out of the gate.
I don't know. Maybe maybe his videos were better because I did like his videos on Channel Awesome, where he was going through like how fucked up Doug and Spoonie and all the rest of them were. Um, but I don't know, his other videos just seemed, I don't know. I think it was the one about the people who give each other AIDS, like the
Oh, yeah.
chasing the gift or whatever it was. Like, this is not my kind of thing. I'm out.
Yeah, I think,
But hang on a sec.
I saw that video. I remember that. I remember, like people talking about his trans uh, video too. Like you can't even watch it on YouTube. You have to go like over to BitChute to see it.
Yeah.
It's like whatever you do, man, don't eat before you watch. It's like, oh, yeah, I think I'll go ahead and skip that one. But yeah, the positivity one that Terry was just talking about, that one creeped me right the fuck out too.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a fucked up one.
Yeah, bug chasers. That is a weird kink to me, if you can call it that. I don't know why anybody would aspire to that.
That's just that's a level beyond where any any sort of understanding gets.
Well, I just thought it was interesting. Is like, the dude took his name. Kucinich says, his initials literally stand for butt hurt. It's like, I just thought it was weird. Like he took that name, Coach Red Pill. It's like the dude's gonna be a life coach who red pills you. It's like, that's just so fucking cringy. Why would anybody want to take advice from a middle aged car salesman looking motherfucker? You know?
Ugh.
But I'm starting to think, Johnny, that maybe we should try 24-hour stream one of these days. Apparently, I can just keep going.
Well, let's see. Between the 7th and the 19th.
He's already starting to plan shit.
Well, I have all that time open, pretty much. So,
are we gonna do like a charity stream or something, like some Jerry's Kids shit or whatever?
I'm sure we can think of something.
Because, I mean, just because I can do something probably doesn't mean I'm gonna want to. Like 2 days before, he's gonna be like, "Hey, man, are you ready for that 24?" Ah, shit.
Oh, is that tomorrow? I got the COVID.
I got the COVID, man.
I feel it growing in my system.
Yeah, it just so happened that, I mean, again, like last night after we got off stream, it's like just kept talking and talking. Next thing you know, it's 8 a.m. Oh well, probably got to do something productive now.
Yeah, that's like the last time I talked to Prospero. I'm like, yeah, I gotta get going, and then we talked for another hour and a half.
Oh yeah, same thing. Anytime I talk to Prospero, and like we always end up having trouble with Discord too. So, and it seems like whenever I talk to her, I'm on very little sleep. So it's like, hey, could you open up a StreamYards? Because if I do one, I'm afraid I'll accidentally go live or something, and I just want to talk. I don't want to stream. So who has a Sunday free? Oh, I guess he's talking about between the days you're talking about.
Yes.
Okay. So I think Jack's hinting that you'd be free for a game stream. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Message received. Yes, I probably will be. Yeah, up until I actually get my schedule. I know it's gonna be a Monday through Friday job, so I'm good there.
Does anybody else kind of find it creepy that somebody's doing a like fan account for the Biden's dogs?
Well, and there's no worse than racism watchdog.
I mean, at least that one just said woof woof. Like this one's actually like forming like complete sentences and whatnot, like in the voice of the Biden dogs, which I find more creepy. It's like
I haven't seen that account, so
oh the oval Pothus.
oh god, it's no, there's a lot of gimmick accounts out there. I think it would be better if they did just stick to woof woof.
That reminds me, I haven't seen the racism watchdog around lately either. Did they go ahead and close up shop on that one?
I wonder if they got banned for having a fake site, fake page, or whatever.
I think they found something bad about one of the people who runs it, and
There
that's
it
why
is.
the channel went away. The account went away.
Still going, but
Not as active.
yeah.
I think there was something about one of the people who runs it being, I don't know, like a sexual, no, maybe not a predator, but sexually inappropriate, and there's a whole thing, and that's why the accounts started laying low a bit.
I figured just enough people gave him shit, you know. Are any of you guys gonna watch Godzilla versus Kong?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm probably just gonna go ahead and skip it. Wow,
I mean-
a lot of news about Matt Gaetz,
Who
and not all of
is?
it, apparently. He's a congressman from Florida, and the first thing I saw about him last night was, you know, he's possibly looking at not running for Congress again, and maybe going into work at Newsmax, be like their Joe Scarborough. And Breaking 911 just put out 3 minutes ago. Rep Matt Gaetz under investigation for possible sex trafficking, alleged relationship with teen girl. So may not be may not be getting that Newsmax gig after all. That's one's like I'm just singing it. I don't know what the alleged sexual relationship with 17-year-old. Not good.
Okay,
This is-
I'm gonna say something moderately controversial. How old is 17?
Well, I don't know if that's. I mean, is that within the stat? Is that legal in Florida? Is my question.
Some states, I mean, they let you go down to 16, which is, I mean, bad enough as it is.
Is that counting Romeo and Juliet laws or no?
It's 16 in Australia too.
Yeah, well, you guys are criminals with whorehouses. We don't expect that from you.
No, age of consent is 18.
In Florida?
Yep.
Ooh. Investigators are examining whether the congressman has violated federal sex trafficking laws by paying for the girl to travel with him. Sources told the New York Times. So yeah, it's literally like a 2 paragraphs is all they've got so far. That's how fresh this story is, and I don't have any comments. Still get more about it.
There is a Romeo and Juliet law in Florida.
I don't think he qualifies though.
That is true.
My totally unscientific opinion.
Let's see. Washington, Montana, Dakotas, Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois.
Are you just listing off all the states where?
Yeah, we're at 16. Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New England, with an exception of Vermont.
This sounds like a lot.
Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Arizona, Nevada, Alaska, and Hawaii.
Now here's some hypocrisy for you that I'm willing to offer up. When I was 16, I was all for this. You know, today, not so much. You know, if I had a daughter right now, she'd be wearing a burqa, chained to the radiator in the basement.
Let's see, Idaho, Wyoming, Colorado, New Mexico, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and New Jersey is 17. Oregon, California, Iowa, Arkansas, Tennessee, West Virginia, Vermont, New York, DC, and Florida is 18.
California and Florida are, well, I mean, I guess that makes sense. Those are two like the big porn hubs in America. They probably want you to be nice and legal before you get on camera. But yeah, man. I wonder. Oh, this is gonna get a ton of attention. This is gonna be Twitter for the rest of the day. I'm willing to bet you. And oh well, even the Newsmax thing is trending still, or trending again. But yeah, that's something. I don't feel comfortable commenting on that any more than I have until get more information about that, because that's just it sounds bad on a bunch of levels.
Yeah.
It's like isn't that dude also married and shit? I mean, come on, dude. How dumb can he be?
What in the Sam hell is going on here?
You have my attention.
There's a gal in a wheelchair who is apparently missing her arms and legs. And they're saying that the police flung her from a wheelchair.
Hey man, Nugget lives matter. Just gonna let that hang there, huh, guys? Okay.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna share this because it's oddly, I don't want to say it's oddly comical, but it is. Well, it's oddly comical.
What the fuck?
Okay, so I see him wheeling.
She's
her
falling! She's
around.
falling!
Oh, that bitch just slid out of her chair.
What the fuck?
You're throwing her out of her chair on the sidewalk. You're throwing her.
I mean, I was
Let
kind
her
of
go!
expecting like him to like be running full blast, and then just stop and tip the chair. All right, that's a toddler move.
Yeah. Yeah, that she flung herself out of there. There's no way in hell she threw.
She didn't even fling herself. She just slid out of the chair. I mean that's some shit you see like a kid at McDonald's do when they don't get the Happy Meal toy they want. They just slide themselves out of their little booster seat, start crying on the floor.
So we should call her Peggy then, Bonsako?
That just reminds me of all of those dead baby jokes. Yeah. What do you call it? What do you call a dead baby? No arms, no legs, laying on the porch. Matt. What do you call a dead baby? Laying, no arms, no legs, laying in a ditch. Phil. What do you call a dead baby with no arms and legs in the middle of the pool? Bob.
The dead baby jokes.
Classic.
I had a college roommate one time. I nearly made him puke by just rapid fire telling him a bunch of dead baby jokes. And he's like, "Man, that's so gross. That's not even funny. Why would you tell me that?" It's like, okay, the joke isn't meant to be funny for you. It's hilarious for me. Like literally, he was on the verge of just tossing his cookies, and I thought it was hilarious.
I mean, over dead baby jokes, that seems kind of extreme.
He was a good boy. Didn't drink, didn't smoke, didn't do any drugs.
I don't do any of that stuff, and I don't go throwing up over dead baby jokes.
Yeah, he also spent his free time working out too. I mean, like he was a Boy Scout.
Oh, really boring. Got it.
Yeah, this is the roommate that heckled me into going and working out with him one time. I thought, all right, cool, go to the campus gym for like an hour or two. 3 hours later, like he had me pretty much working every muscle group in my body. Because I guess he just assumes like, oh well, everyone when they go work out, they're just there for 3-4 hours at a time. No, dude, that's just you because your dad had you lifting weights since you were in diapers. But yeah, like the next day, like even my hair hurt. That's how sore I was from this one workout. Because he and I went to high school together, and we played sports together in high school. But this was like a couple years later, so I hadn't worked out at all since then, just being a slob. And yeah, like he saw me walking across the quad, and he's like, "Hey man, what's going on? Fuck you." I'm like, whoa, what's up? Fuck you. I'm trying to walk to lunch like an 80-year-old man right now. Go fuck yourself, you happy-go-lucky bastard. Good times. Good times.
See, Terry, I don't think you're thinking about it the right way. I would definitely agree that one baby in 100 trash cans is worse, but that's only because there are far more than 100 parts to a baby. If you're not spreading it out far enough, that's pretty lazy in my opinion.
My favorite one was how do you get 10 dead babies into a bucket? With a blender. How do you get them back out? With tortilla chips.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that that's the one that had him get started heaving. I was like, all right, I'm done.
Wow, what a pussy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like I said, he was a good boy.
But yeah, just in response to what you said, I'm actually pro laziness. So I mean, I appreciate your perspective, but I'm sticking with my answer.
No, I get you. But if you're going through the effort of putting one baby in 100 trash cans, you might as well go the whole mile. You've already started the commitment. Don't be a bitch about it.
That's fair.
Hey, I think we've hit on something with this stream. This is like the third or fourth person was watching. I was like, what did I walk into?
Hey, Moo.
And yeah, first thing you see is a dead baby joke. That's how you know it's a quality stream.
Well, I tell you what, Moo. And the stream's over. Go back to the beginning, and you can see the rest of my greatest hits from today. because I think I've instigated all of the what the fuck moments so far today.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the road to hell.
Isn't it a highway?
Paved with dead babies and good intentions.
It's a highway to hell, not a road.
Isn't a highway just a fancy road?
I suppose. But Road to Hell doesn't fit the song as well, so I can see why they changed it.
Fair enough.
I will say that my favorite AC/DC is the Bon Scott AC/DC.
Oh, easy, yeah.
I mean, he had the dignity to die like a rock star,
That is true.
choking on his own vomit from over drinking. And like the man had enough foresight, like, hey, if I die, get that guy to sing for us.
Yeah.
Like you don't see that kind of foresight in most rock stars.
I don't know. I just liked him because he had sort of a cheeky, smart-ass look to him. Like,
And he had an interesting sounding voice too.
yes.
Talik apparently we need to step our game up because not getting shocked here as much.
But he always kind of looked like he was up to something. He had that kind of mischievous look to him.
Pretty sure that was just the booze.
It might have been, but I think that was part of his charm. Is that when you saw him singing, is like, what's this guy up to? He's sort of, he's planning something. He's sort of up to something.
Shut the fuck up!
And I have to say, I do still like Brian Johnson as a singer, or at least the AC/DC songs where Brian Johnson sings are still really good.
I mean, after Back in Black, everything just really started sounding the same to me.
Yeah, but Back in Black was Brian Johnson.
Yeah, I know.
I think Back in Black is probably the peak of AC/DC, and it was all downhill from there. But I forget which young brother it was. I think it was Angus. Said some people say we've got 11 studio albums that all sound exactly the same, and that's not true. We've got 12.
And I don't know. Like I would probably like AC/DC a lot more if our classic radio station would not play it every 5 minutes.
That's fair. You get burnt out on songs very easily if they play too often.
Well, my classic radio station, they just seem to almost exclusively play the Brian Johnson era. It's like, dude, give me some Bon Scott. Those, I mean, who else could sing a song about having big balls and make it work like that?
That was actually my biggest disappointment with Rock Band AC/DC version, is because obviously Bon was dead, long dead. They got Brian Johnson to sing Bon Scott's songs, and it just sounds wrong because you're so used to hearing, say, TNT in Bon Scott's voice, and then you hear Brian Johnson. It's like, this just sounds wrong. It doesn't sound right.
Yeah,
just play the old version that like Bon sang.
Yeah, Dirty Deeds just doesn't sound quite the same.
And AC/DC is a glorified bar band, and that's why I love them.
Yeah. You remember what stream you're listening to? Boogie? But
they're a bar band that made it big.
Yeah.
And as Cynic says, they are classified as pub rock. That is the genre of music that they play.
Shit, I wish we had a classification like that here in the States.
And it is what it is when even the band's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I don't think
what do
anyone
you want us to do about it? Like, no, this is what we do.
But I don't think they'd even deny that they're a glorified bar band. Like they just be like, yeah, of course we are. We've been that since the 80s.
It's like how long have you been listening to us? Like
I do appreciate that Angus quote. Because that sounds like something Angus would say. I don't know a whole lot of quotes from Malcolm, to be honest. He was rhythm. Angus was lead.
That's why I don't remember which young brother it was, but I'm pretty sure it was Angus just for that reason.
Well, they were the ones doing the writing from Back in Black onward.
Yeah,
like Brian Johnson. I don't think he was writing any of the songs for Back in Black.
No,
I'm sure he probably did afterwards, but yeah, that was all Angus and Malcolm for Back in Black.
No, Angus and Malcolm were the band. Like,
yeah.
They're the ones who wrote everything.
That was like Eddie and Alex Van Halen were Van Halen.
Yeah, exactly.
It was literally the name of the band. But
it's not subtle.
I wish I could have seen like some of the arguments that they would have had with like David Lee Roth or Sammy Hagar. It's like, hey, you see the bass drum over there? Whose name is on that pitch again?
Well, that's actually something that Bon Jovi said. He was saying like, yeah, we're a band, but there's a reason it's named after me.
Oh, like when he was arguing with Sambora and stuff.
I think this was a story he was telling the press, but it might have been about that. Yeah, he was like,
I know that they butted it. Why is it always like the lead guitarist and the singer are always the ones that seem to have beef?
Well, they're the two sort of most prominent members of the band. Like,
was it like
even name the drummer of their favorite band?
I can easily, but that's because they're an outlier.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like the lead singer and the lead guitarist are like the two most famous members of any band most of the time.
Yeah, the drummer from my favorite band is named Danny Carey, and he's a Kansan. So.
Okay, I'm officially offended. I did a search for the Angels because Cynic mentioned them in chat. I think it was Cynic. Yeah. And I got some stupid football team or something. Or baseball team.
The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim?
Yeah, them.
Yeah, baseball.
Okay. No, that's wrong. That is incorrect. I wanted the band, the Australian band. So I had to put the Angels band to get the relevant results.
Yeah. Why can't they just say Anaheim Angels still? Yes, Foogie Tool. That's right.
Maybe he's just insulting you.
No, it's the band.
No, maybe he just thinks you're a tool. It's just like
very possible. No,
that's obvious. We all know that. There's no need to point it out. He's clearly talking about the band.
Yeah. See, there's a question mark there too. He's like, Tool? Yes, them. Although I have to go back and listen to their latest album again. I gave it a once over listen when it first came out, and I was not impressed. But a couple of different folks I've talked to that have also listened to it, they liked it, and I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a second listen.
I liked what I listened to. Yeah.
It sounded, again, just off that first impression I had, a year or two ago now. It sounded like it was, stuff they left on the cutting room floor in between, their last studio album and the one before that.
Mm.
It's like, like they woke up one day and they all just looked at each other like, hey, we're finally not getting sued for once. We better hurry up and put out a fucking album. But yeah, it didn't sound like anything different or better to me than 10,000 Days or Lateralis. So I was a little disappointed with that because I wasn't expecting them to sound the same after all this time, and it kind of sounded the same.
okay.
Oh, that's one I haven't listened to in a while. Ticks and Leeches. That is a pretty good one. But That's one of the ones like they don't play that one very much live. If I'm mistaken, I think that one like strains the singer's voice too much.
I do like Strung Out.
Just sort of looking at Australian bands because of Cynic mentioning the Angels, and the Choir Boys were another good one. Run to Paradise is an awesome song.
I know AC/DC and Men at Work. That's the extent of my knowledge of Australian music. I know you guys got an opera house as well. So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've ever been to the Opera House. I think there's opera in it, and that's reason enough to stay away.
I mean, I could use a nap every now and then. The one time I listened to opera, it was at Carmen. Went for a school trip, and that was only because like you got like some extra credit or something like that. And yeah, I fell asleep midway through the first act. Woke up after the curtain call.
There's someone I used to work with claimed to be like good friends with someone from the Choir Boys. So I hope that's true, just because it would be funny. But
Mr. Scott asked if any of us listened to the Jimi Hendrix album that came out a few years ago. No, nope, I have not.
I don't think I've listened to much of anything from Jimi Hendrix, to be honest, other than All Along the Watchtower.
Yeah, but everyone knows that one.
There's well, what's that other one he had?
Voodoo Child.
No, is he the one who did Purple Haze?
Yep.
Yeah, I know Purple Haze as well.
Voodoo Child, Purple Haze, Crosstown Traffic, The Wind Cries Mary.
The Wind Cries Mary. That's the other one. So I know three.
Hey Joe, that's another one.
Don't know that one.
Foxy Lady, that's right, Snake. Yeah. Hey Joe, where you going with that gun in your hand?
Mm-hmm. The stuff I've heard from him. I mean, he's obviously very talented, but yeah, I just never really listened to it.
He's one of those ones from the 27 Club where everyone thinks they're gods because they died young, and he did have a tremendous body of work in that time that he was active. But it's like everyone from my age and older who like idolized Kurt Cobain growing up. It's like,
well, I mean,
what if that dude was in his like 50s now and just a corporate sellout? Like,
yeah,
would you feel that way, or would you wish he had a shotgun?
One of the advantages to going out early like that is you are remembered for what you did at your prime. Oh, yeah. Like everyone is going to remember Bon Jovi's great stuff, but they're also going to remember a whole lot of shit that he did, and he's going to like go out as someone who was great and then just sort of turn to nothing. Whereas if he died in the say early 90s, it would have been like, oh, remember that Bon Jovi guy? Everything he did was amazing.
No, like my dad, he got mad at me one time because I told him well, he didn't get like mad, but he was kind of defensive. I told him Eric Clapton joke.
Oh,
what's the difference between a baby and a bag of cocaine?
Yeah.
Eric Clapton won't drop a bag of cocaine out of a window. My dad immediately was like, he wasn't even there. That was his girlfriend that left the window open and the kid fell out. I was like, whoa, calm down.
Just a joke.
It's like, would it make you feel better if I told a joke about somebody from my generation? What's got more brains than Kurt Cobain? The wall behind him.
Yeah, I don't think you can get that defensive over, like, especially people you've never met. Like, what do I care if you make fun of some musician that I happen to enjoy the works of? Like, you can make jokes about Angus and Malcolm Young. I'm not going to be offended. And since we were talking about AC/DC earlier,
Yeah, I mean, like all those like Demi Lovato fans were getting up in arms when people were making fun of her for being a smack addict.
yeah.
And
I
yes,
don't
I took up in arms for a reason.
I don't get the attachment. I don't understand why people take it so seriously.
But the fact of the matter is, I don't pay attention to enough musicians to know a whole lot of jokes about them.
Yeah, no, me neither. Becca says Kurt was overrated. I can see that. If that's not your style that you enjoy, I can see a lot of people pointing out that he's a shit singer, and yeah. No, I like Nirvana, but I can understand why people wouldn't.
Yeah, wasn't he also a lefty like Hendrix?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but most people in the arts tend to lean that way. So
No, I my musical taste stagnated pretty early. You know,
I'm the same.
I don't think I've really listened to much since 2006 that I liked. You know.
Well, I tend to find there are good songs still being written. You've got to hunt for them though. Like they're not
Yeah,
going to
but
be played on the radio. You need to like look for them.
Yeah. I mean, but I'm lazy, and
No, I get that, and as I said before, I'm pro lazy. But like what I found was, you know how there's like that music side to YouTube, like music.youtube. Following the recommendations, like because it sort of like pays attention to what you watch, and then you might like this. There are still very good songs being written. It's just that you need some way to search for them. You're not going to just stumble across them unless you're actively looking for new music.
yeah, and I'm a creature of habit, so I'm not really looking. I mean, if
Yeah,
if somebody wants to offer me recommendations, I might check it out. But yeah, I'm not going out of my way to find new music.
No, I mean it's something that you have to actively want to do, and like I'm the same. I haven't actively looked for new music in years.
The most effort I'll put in is going to Pandora.
Yeah, the same thing.
That's about it.
You know, now that Cynic brings that up, he says most of the newer music I have found that I like are from soundtracks. I did like the soundtrack to Sons of Anarchy, which that was mostly cover songs and stuff too, though.
I missed the Buffalo show here a couple months ago.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They played a couple of his songs on the Sons of Anarchy soundtrack. They some good episodes too. And see who else they had. Like they had like the Civil Wars.
Yeah, it was White Buffalo and John Snodgrass, and I was gonna go back to try and get autograph for my sons because they went to see. It was a Flogging Molly, John Snodgrass, and what was the Radkey? Radkey was pretty good. I'd never heard that before.
I've actually discovered a ton of songs through video games. That's the same. Like you mentioned Flogging Molly. The only reason I know the one song of theirs that I know is because it was in Tony Hawk. One of the Tony Hawk games had Drunken Lullabies by Flogging Molly on the soundtrack. Like, oh, cool. I like this.
Becca in chat says, in other words, the band carried the singer when it came to Nirvana. My favorite clip of Nirvana, I don't know about you guys, but it's watching the bassist brain himself with his own guitar.
That is the moment of moments for Nirvana. He knocked himself the fuck out. It was hilarious.
Like, oh, dude, this is going to be so cool.
He's like, yeah, I thought it was a good idea, and I threw it up, and as soon as it came down, it was just like, as soon as it hit me, I'm like, oh, mistakes were made.
Like, you're supposed to smash the guitar on the stage, not your face. Oh, Foogie's got concert tickets. Are you getting the vaccine passport for that, man? Or is this going to be like a renegade like punk concert where they don't do temperature checks and vaccines and whatnot? Jack says Terry's got the Marge Simpson laugh.
How is he only finding this out now? We've streamed together like years now.
Well, I don't think we've got you doing the Marge here in a while, so he might have forgot.
I can do drunken lullabies on acoustic.
What's the dog with the
Muttley.
Like Muttley? Yes, I would have thought Muttley before Marge.
Well, Muttley's what I usually get. People usually say I laugh like Muttley, but I mean, I'll take Marge. It's fine.
Talking about Dave Grohl. Dave Grohl's fantastic. Have any of you guys heard like any of the conspiracy theories about how it was actually Dave Grohl that killed Kurt Cobain?
Yeah.
Like the nicest man in rock is a murderer.
But is there any basis, or is it just like a troll?
I don't know.
It's pretty much like it's pretty much anyone who likes Courtney Love like came up with it.
So heroin addicts. I mean that makes sense.
But I'm gonna have to call it. I have to get dinner started, so.
All right.
No worries.
We've been going over an hour and a half, so I mean, I think I'm finally starting to run out of shit to talk about. I've only been doing it for, 20 hours now.
But also, Six has gone live with his Chaos 120 reunion. So if people wanted to watch that now, like ending it now, we'll let them go over and catch that.
And Tucker Tuesday.
Oh yeah, I'm not subscribed to Sinatra anymore, so I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thanks for coming by, everybody. It was fun hanging out and making you all say "what the fuck" periodically. We should do that more often.
Yes.
Apparently, we need to up the game for Talik because he's just sitting there nonplussed.
All right. I'll see you later, everyone.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Have a good day. Catch you on the next one.